In this video, I'm going to reveal which strength feat most directly involves my legs. Greetings and salutations. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I'm a personal trainer, motivational speaker, and a modern-day strength performer. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day strength performer is, picture the old-time strength performers. Legends of the past like the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass. They would perform real-life feats of strength as part of a live show. I do a similar thing, but with a modern-day twist. Some of the feats of strength I've performed in front of a live audience include things like bending steel bars, breaking chains with my chest, twisting horseshoes, rolling up frying pans, driving nails to wooden boards by hand, and even holding back a high-performance motorcycle. Now, being a modern-day strength performer, and the fact that there's not a whole lot of us around these days to answer people's questions, in an effort to generate content for my YouTube channel by giving you guys what you want, I started a YouTube series called Ask Eric Moss, where I'd invite you to ask me a question by dropping it in the comments below. And when you do that, I try to get back to you with your very own custom video answering your question. Pretty neat, right? So this question comes from @Shadow7Dragon, and they asked, what strength feats are you able to perform with your legs? Thank you for asking that. Now, as simple and straightforward as that question is, in actuality, it's actually a bit more of a complex question, because just about every single one of my strength feats involves the legs. And what I mean by that is when I go into the feat, I don't think of it as like just wrists or just hands or whatever. I'm going into the feats, mind, body, and spirit acting as one. The legs, though a part of the body, are not isolated from the body. It's not something where I can just isolate the legs. In fact, isolation when it comes to training is really a myth. You can target, but you can't isolate. Now, the ones that directly involve the legs would be things like brace bending, where I'm pushing something down hard on my thigh enough to make it bend. Crushing things between the legs, though I'm using my arms and my hands as part of that, but I use my legs to assist. So the brace bending on the thigh would be things like bending the steel bar across my thigh, or any of the scrolls. I typically will use that for that. Like the landscaping spikes, I do that on the thigh as well. And things that are like about 10, 12 inches long, those are typically done on the thigh because I wouldn't be able to get my arms in the right position if it were up top. Crushing things between the legs, like wrenches. I use that for things that are still a bit bigger, or something that I am having just a little bit too much trouble trying to bend up here, or potentially things that could snap. Wrenches, they snap on me sometimes, and sometimes they have sharp edges. So I don't want to do that too close to the neck because that would be bad. Now, where was I go? Oh, horseshoes. I do on the side of my legs, right? And then I finish it off on the top of my thigh when I'm making an S bend. If I'm making it into a heart or something, I'll crush it just like I would a wrench, angling it in the right way so that I can try to get as much power as I can on it. But what I think you're talking about is things that directly involve the legs and don't use that much else. And that, probably the closest thing I have to that, boy, this glare is kind of annoying. It's making it all weird. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Am I still in the glare? All right, so I'm good now. The one that most directly involves legs would probably be my strongman in the box feat. Now, I'm gonna put some video in this because you can't really see what's happening inside the box. They just know that I somehow broke out. And what I did with that, I forget what it's called, but there was a way of lifting. I'm going to adjust this again so you can actually see what I'm doing. So when I constructed this, oh great, the glare is back. When I constructed this box, I constructed it to be less tall than I am, but not a whole lot taller. And the reason that I did this is I wanted it to be a little bit less than if I was fully bent over like this, right? I'm going to adjust this even more. Okay, so and the glare is back. So the reason that I did this is because I could brace myself against the top of the box and push like I'm leg pressing the ground away. And at the same time, I'm pushing with my arms, utilizing my whole being to try to push the top of the box hard enough to snap the lock or chain. And I had to construct the box to be really sturdy because if it looks flimsy, it doesn't look like a cool feat anyways. But that's the one that most probably directly involves what I think you're talking about. Other things like pulling a car or something, I haven't really done. Part of that is like it's a logistical complication, and if I'm gonna, and even the strongman in the box is a logistical complication. I did that for a special show as AOBS, and I usually debut the special things at these shows or for charities or something. That's not, I'm like not gonna have a car on stage when I'm keynoting an event, or having a motorcycle on stage when I'm keynoting an event. Sometimes they don't even want me to do the someone smashing me with a sledgehammer, or even the nail drive. That's happened before too, where they're just worried something bad will happen. So I hope that answers your question. If anybody else has any questions for me, drop it in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you with your very own custom video answering your question. But if you like the content, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, or you want to see the chronicles from my various performances across the country, subscribe to the channel. If you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. This YouTube thing isn't rocket science. And if you want to support the channel, do all the things that I just mentioned. That helps me get found by the algorithm. And if you want to further support the channel, you can pick up a copy of my book. Link is in the description below. That book chronicles my journey becoming a modern-day strength performer and the things that I learned along the way. And it's a fun read for just about anybody that's looking for something interesting that's off the beaten path. I found that my favorite books to read are books by like professional wrestlers, rock stars, because they live a life that is less traveled. And I've had a weird life. And if you want to further support the channel, you could provide a super thanks. And if you provide a super thanks with a question, I'll shuttle your question to the front of the queue. Right now, this question, I just checked it, I'm 8 months behind on it. So I'm starting to get caught up. But that's it for today. Please stay tuned for next time. And in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.